Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Akshat here, your host, back with another video. And today we will be taking a look at and solving the machine named Sysco from HackSmarter platform. It is a medium rated machine, Active Directory machine, and I have just started the machine, although I've done the machine and I found it really interesting, and that is why I thought why not let's share with you guys. And the thing that I really liked about this machine was that AV was running on this machine, which means that our normal techniques wouldn't work in this case, and we need to look for something else that seems interesting to us. So without any further delays, let's just get started. And I have started the machine, so I'll connect to the VPN. Here it is sudo open VPN, and it is cisco.ovpn, your VPN config file, and I'll enter my sudo password. And now we are connected to the VPN. I would like to rename the terminal as VPN just because I like to sort my terminals out. So I will name it as VPN and create a new terminal. This will be for my scans. So I'll name it as scans, and I will be using russcan for doing the network scan. You could use pretty much any other tool like Nmap. I use russcan just because I find the syntax pretty much simple to understand. So the syntax is russcan tag A. As you can see, it is showing up here. I will just give it this machine IP and paste it in there, and give a dash dash, which means we are passing the result over to Nmap, and then dash A, capital A. And if you know your Nmap flags really well, the capital A is when you run all the enumeration scripts. I'll hit enter, and right away, right off the bat, we can see we have port 53 running, port 80. And one of the few things that stands out to us here is the port 80 running on an Active Directory machine. So I'm pretty sure there is a web server running here. So that is why we would like to have a look. Meanwhile, our scans are running. I will let that run for a while, and I will see the web server here. So it is Index Cisco MSP. Okay. We are a team of talented IT specialists bringing top tier support for your infrastructure. Okay. So let's just check what are the different pages. Okay. It isn't a page. So it isn't a single page that has all the information. Okay, they have a portfolio here which doesn't seem to be operational. The team, okay, interesting. We have a few names here. So when you have names on the web server, one of the very few things that you can do here is take these names, and we can create a list of users. These might be our probable users that might be in the domain, and these are pretty useful. We can use something like a username generator tool, a Python script that generates some usernames, and then we can try it using Kerberoot. That is our probable way here. So let's just do that as well. I will just copy here just because it is four names, so not much. So I will just open a new terminal, and I will just name it as terminal, and I will create a nano prop underscore users.txt, and then I will paste the first name, Greg Shields. Then I will copy the second name right here, paste it right here, hit enter. Another name is this one. We do it this way, and the other one is this one, and I will save it. Now Let's see if there is anything else for us interesting. Okay, there is a contact page here, but let's try sending something. Let's do test and test at mail.com. Subject as test. Let's test 123. Okay, unable to load the PHP form library. Okay, interesting error, but I don't think so that would be the way. Now, we will also have a look at the page source. Maybe something interesting there. Uh, Nothing seems really out of the ordinary here. Okay, so we don't find anything here, and the contact form isn't getting submitted. Now, since we saw port 139, 135 and 445, sorry, it is for SMB port. Now, one of the very common tools that is used for AD is netexec. So I'll be using the NXC SMB and I will specify the IP and paste it over here, and we'll specify null user and null password, and let's try if we are able to authenticate. So we are able to authenticate, as you can see a plus sign here. Now I want to see if we are able to list out some shares. Okay, we do get an access denied here, guys. This is the access denied message here, right here, this one. Okay, so we are able to authenticate, but we cannot list out the shares. What if we try using a guest user? Are we able to authenticate and list some shares? Okay, so we get an account disabled here, guys, this one, which means that the guest account is disabled and the null user and null password, which means anonymous user, is able to authenticate but not able to list the shares. But one thing that we get here is the Sysco.local is our domain, and the name of this machine would be dc01.cisco.local, which is the domain controller. Now, I am going to add this into my etc host file just so that I can directly use the host name. So I'll do sudo nano etc host, and kindly ignore this one because I have already done the machine. I will just add this IP right there. And now we can exit from here. Let's confirm ping cisco.local. Yep, so that does work. Now we did took these users.txt file. Excuse me, guys. Now we are going to pull a username generator script from GitHub. That is something what we are going to do from here. Username generator script GitHub. Yeah, so this is the one. We can use this as well, or else I would see a Python script. We can use username and R key. Okay, no, we cannot. Not really useful in this case. So I will go ahead with the one, or else we'll just write Python username generator GitHub Python script GitHub. So I am just going to git clone this. This is the one, guys, that we are going to use. And then we cd into that username generator, do an ls, use python 3 username generator.py. We will use dot dot slash, and we will output the file to the users underscore file.txt, that is right, and hit enter. Okay, so we now have the users.txt here. As you can see, users underscore probable.txt, this is the file that we created. Now we are going to use a tool named curveroot. So I will just, I think I have curveroot here. Yeah, so I do have it. I will just clone it from here. I'll clear it off and cp into my current directory, then clear, do an ls. We do have curveroot, so the syntax is this way. We are doing user enumeration, and our domain is cisco.local. Our DC is the IP, machine IP. That is what we are going to change over here. And hit enter. So we do get some valid usernames, guys. So we got 3 valid usernames because these are the same ones. This one and this one are the same. It's just, let's try this one. We do have usernames, but we do not have password. Guys, I want you to tell what is something that we can do when we have usernames. It is as roasting, guys. We can see if any of the users are there that can be as roasted. So let's try it out. So nxc ldap cisco.local, or else I'll specify the machine IP right here, and user would be greg.shields. Or we will use yeah, we could use greg.shields and then specify the password as null and try as rep roast. I have to check the netexec.wiki, guys. I don't remember the syntax really well. So it is as rep roast. Yeah, so we have to do Azure roast and output.text. We will do hashes dot text and hit enter. Let's see we do if we have hashes. Okay, we did not get anything. Let's try with all the users. It is very important to see if any user has permissions of Azure posting. Jack.Downwind. Okay, we do get Jack's hash. Guys, we have got a user's hash. Now we will use hashcat and our word wouldn't be word list, sorry, our hashes list would be hashes.text. Uh, and our word list would be rocu.text. And we hit enter, we let it on the auto detect mode. Yes, it has detected the hash mode and we have cracked the hash, guys. Congratulations, we have been able to compromise the first user. And I see here that let's just confirm this password is valid with this user. I'll remove the shares and the user is jack.doglin. I will clear that up. I'll just copy this password here and clear up for you guys. And jack.doglin, and the password is this one, musicman1. Let's see if it is a valid password. Yep, it is a valid username and password. Now let's see what are the shares accessible to us. Let's see if we do have permissions to an interesting share, maybe, probably. Okay, no, I was wrong, guys. We do not have any interesting permissions here. It is a normal user that does not have any interesting permissions over a share. However, one thing that we can do here is we can list out all the users in the domain and see any interesting users that we have here, or we can get all the users in the domain. Okay, we have a total of 6 users, out of which administrator, guest, and KRP is the normal default accounts, and there are sorry, 3 main users that we get here, Jack Tolan, and these all are something that we already enumerated. Now, what we can see here is in the description, the Jack Tolan is a help desk tier 1 account. Lane Murray is, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but that's how I say that. It's system engineer, and Greg Shields is a system administrator. Now, I would like to collect the Bloodhound data. For those of you who do not know about Bloodhound, I would like to think of Bloodhound as a Google Maps for Active Directory. It helps you map your attack path, and you can see if any user has any interesting permissions over another user in the domain, or any interesting permission, let's say over a group policy or anything of that sort, you can just map out your domain, your target network. Now let's just get started with our Bloodhound loot collection, and the syntax for it is username, then the password, and then we specify dash dash bloodhound, and then collection all, and we specify the DNS server flag and specify the IP again and hit enter. Let's see if that works. It is working, guys. So it is collecting all the data by, so Bloodhound, when we do this way, it queries LDAP and collects all the information of the domain, and you will be able to see it in a graphical format, which means that you can map out your domain or attack domain or your target network. So it shouldn't take much long. Yeah, so we do have got it, the Bloodhound data, and one of the few things that I would like to do is I would copy this into my current directory because it saves in the logs file in the .nxe. So I'll copy this here and do an ls, and we can see that we have the Bloodhound data right here. Now I see that we are reaching to a stopping point of around 20 minutes now. So I think that this is a natural stopping point. And in the next video, guys, we will continue from here on, and we will start our process from here and continue it to the full domain compromise. Let's see how far we can go with this. Thank you, guys. And with that said, I highly encourage you guys to try this machine on your own and continue from here on, and do let me know what are some of the attack paths or what is the attack path that you are able to map, and we will continue from here in the next one. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Do hit the like, share, subscribe button, and do all the YouTube algorithm things. Please do support my channel, and thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.